back to Mortals and Portals, an authentic play Pathfinder podcast. I am your host,
You'll figure
Zach,
it out.
and joining me at the table is
Adam, and I'm full on spaghetti.
Oh my god. I'm Joel, and I'm full on Qdoba.
I'm
Not
jealous.
sponsored. Yeah.
I'm Ryan, and I'm full on pastaroni and grilled cheese.
I'm Taryn, and I got green beans.
Oh yeah,
Squeak beans.
Zach,
I had
what did you
steak
have
for dinner.
You had steak. Oh, yummy,
nice.
yummy
Steak for
dinner.
Fancy. My spaghetti was very good. My wife made it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Zach's
I call it
sister made it for
sketty.
me.
I only call whoa, dude. Jeez. It's your deal, bro.
I just gotta remind you.
It's coming in hot.
Your sister makes me dinner.
I call it sketty though, exclusively. So
Sketty.
Yeah, that's fair.
you know what happened in the last episode of Mortals and Portals, anyone?
Nope.
Dax turned into a
That's
dragon.
a trick question.
He did.
Well, I know what happened last time because I'm not stupid like you guys and forget.
Whoa.
Sorry. Everyone but Joel. Sorry, Joel. I didn't mean to offend you. Everyone else seemed to take that on the chin pretty well. Joel was like, whoa, bro.
That's the thing I'm sensitive about.
I'm called stupid. You guys fought a mountain and you punched it a lot and you did a lot of cool stuff and it was really cool. And that's kind of what happened. You guys like basically did some insane combo takedown on it right at the end, and
Yeah,
it was
that was cool.
incredible. You probably just listened to it, and that's the gist of it, really. So
And
I'm not going to
helped.
spend any more time on it. All right? Is everybody
Yeah,
cool
that's
with
fair. Yeah.
That works.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
I like how the last two recaps were both just like, I'm not doing this. You can re-listen if you
That
want.
was the last one too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we started kind of late tonight, and I don't have time for it. I just don't. I simply do not. Okay. So
Well, you're wasting a lot of it right now.
it's because it just feels weird to move on that fast.
Zach,
there's
get
like
on with
something
it.
in there's like
Oh my
something in me that
gosh.
like will not let me drop it. So I'm just kind of lingering. But I think I'm gonna move on. I think I'm gonna put it in the rearview mirror. All right.
Proud of you.
Okay. So that's not quite where we're gonna start our session. Okay, we're gonna
Where?
explain
said
a little bit of what
He's
wait, what?
stalling.
Oh yeah, I never really said anything.
Oh,
where it
yeah,
ended.
you didn't
So
say
what's
where we
where we're not going to start?
I don't know. I'm just completely out of whack right now.
Zach's used to rambling for
I'll
too
ask
long.
ChatGPT what I should do. I'll be like, ChatGPT.
I can take over from here, Zach.
Nah, Taryn, I don't think so because I did save a lot of time by not doing a recap, and I feel like I just handed over to you. I'm gonna kind of undo all the time I saved because you're gonna do some sort of wacky thing with it, you know. So
What did
I'm
ChatGPT
looking
say?
really shocked. I'm doing like one of those like taking back things from what a freaking slap to the face.
like that gif with that
sentence is.
blonde guy where he like blinks and like shakes his head kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, go on.
Yeah, this is getting more and more pointless by the second. So yeah, after you guys destroyed this mountain, which I cannot stress enough, this was like a gigantic mountain. Like what you guys just did was like a demigod type status thing to do. And you
And
did it
we're
in
only
front of
level 10.
armies. Which I mean, level 10 is a pretty big deal. Like in the vast like Pathfinder universe, you guys
Did you
did
hear
a
that, Britt?
pretty cool thing.
Pretty
Yeah.
big deal.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Put it on the resume, like your
I
real
don't know
life
if she heard
resume.
me.
You can even send them this episode. We can gain a couple listeners. It'd be cool. So once you did this, everyone who saw you do it, like Fangdom, Rebels, were basically shocked. Like they summoned that because they basically viewed it as like triggering a volcano. There's nothing you can do about it. It's going to destroy everything. You're screwed. And then they just saw 3 heroes show up on a node, walk in lockstep with who they think is the Unbound, who has his own like legend and lore about him. And you just strode up to this mountain and you fought it and you destroyed it. Kind of in the aftermath of that, as like the Fangdom soldiers are basically surrendering out of complete and total fear of Ryu and these friends who they may think he has the ability to summon or something like that, which is also a big deal, Ryu, for them to surrender to you because it basically means they fear you more than the Fang after seeing like what you've done,
Right.
like their emperor. You basically start to hear some of the mystique about this creature you killed, and you basically know that it's like this force of nature, like this old magic It has existed since the time before time. And what you know about old magic is it was very prevalent in the beginnings of Keldora. It's what like created a lot of things. It was a very chaotic time period. And this creature, who they called Nadrova, was like a remnant of that time. And this whole land, this barren, vast land you've been in is partially barren because people fear this. It's like this dormant volcano that they feel like could go off at any moment and just like destroy everybody. The only reason this fort was here is because it was to like protect this node, but they lived in fear of it. Your guide that was taking the Erikai through the mountains completely avoided it because out of fear of it. So this thing is like this force that just destroys and kills and just like wakes up randomly and does that. So you basically did this planet a service in general by defeating it. So some of the Fangdom might even see you as some sort of savior. This ancient hero of old fighting this old magic elemental. And also, like the rest of Digby's crew would kind of know that basically what you did was reminiscent of what Renard told you about with Nyakor and those other keepers that defeated that water elemental that was going to destroy what became Ciudad de la Nubes. Like they saved it with the Flor de Vida. You know, this was this ancient magic water elemental. You basically just did that to an earth, like a mountain. So you've done like your first official, like, we are keepers. This is a legendary, super cool thing we did, and a bunch of people saw it. So yeah, they're completely like surrendered to you all. You may have like freed some slaves around the fortress, just like people captured by the Fangdom, like forced them to work, or prisoners of war and things like that. So you've liberated some people. You even, like, some of the Fangdom soldiers would have asked to maybe even join your forces out of like reverence for what you've done. Some are still just prisoners, but yeah, you've definitely left an impression on everybody. But, you know, sort of in the chaos of that, clearly Digby's crew wants to talk to Ryu. Ryu may want to talk to them as well. Whenever Ryu's done like addressing, speaking to Jin, or saying his menacing speech to the Fangdom, proclaiming who he is, like there is no doubt he is the Unbound, what he's here to do. Ryu has probably like finally found some time to speak to you guys. So I imagine you guys would have gone into the fort, maybe into like a war room or some sort of council chamber. And you basically have just this time in private together to like catch up. Maybe Ryu, you're standing at the door, and as all of Digby's crew is walking in, you see Jin. He is walking in at like the end of the line, like he wants to go into the room. So this would be like your chance, if you just want to talk to them and not have Jin there, to just tell him like, you know, he'll listen to you, obey you, whatever. But as Jin, as like your right hand man, he kind of just feels like he's supposed to be in this room, so he's like strolling in as well.
Jin, please procure our guests some nourishment. We can feast on warg meat and cactus needles.
I look at Dax and I mouth cactus needles.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Jin stops and he looks at Digby's crew, maybe like settling into the chambers. Maybe some of you are taking a seat or looking at a table with a big like war map on it or things like that. And he's kind of looking over Ryu's shoulder, and he looks back at Ryu. I will fetch our finest cactus needles, Chief.
And before he goes, I'll put a hand on his shoulder and say, the sharpest cactus needles we have.
Now I look at Walt and I gulp.
He like puts his fist to his chest and like bows a little bit, and then does a 180 and just like walks off promptly. You know, like if he didn't just see you guys defeat a mountain, like as outsiders, he'd probably, for whatever reason, not want to give them cactus needles because he views that as a kind gesture. But he is like, sure, I will get them cactus needles. They saved us, like you saved us. And he makes his way down the hall.
Ryu, sharpest cactus needles?
As chief of the Erikai, I can procure the finest food found on Desolus. So yes, the sharpest.
Wait.
I like how that's like probably not even true either. Like Ryu definitely can't just get the finest food on Desolus. He's just flexing for his friends that haven't seen him in a while.
Wait, you're the chief now?
Among other things, yes.
First we find out that you survived that fall. Now you're chief. What else is going on, dude?
I am happy to see you have all survived as well. You, especially, Jules.
Dax will give Jules a little pat on the back.
I feared I had cost us both our lives in that battle against Desmar.
Jules will step forward and is Ryu standing or is he sitting?
Standing.
Okay. I think Jules just like was so convinced that we lost Ryu. So he steps forward and he kind of just starts walking around him, just looking at him, letting his mind take in the fact that his friend is still alive. So
yeah,
he'll walk
Rio, can you
around
like also kind of maybe describe like how you look different as like Jules is looking at you? Because aren't you pretty scarred?
Yeah. So somebody actually put in the season 3 like spoiler Discord thing today
Yeah.
a picture of. Let me make sure I get the name right because I thought it was like really cool and like very similar to what I feel like I'm kind of picturing with this. Darth Scion, I guess is how it's pronounced. So in this picture, it's a little bit more like cracked skin and stuff like that. But I guess Ryu is more like burnt flesh, like redness. Like if anybody is familiar with Avatar: The Last Airbender, how Prince Zuko's flesh kind of looks where he's burnt over his eye, but that's just kind of like scattered across his body now.
Okay. Cool. As Jules is walking around him, he'll say, Ryu, I was so certain that you were gone. And as he's walking around, he makes it around to face him and look him up and down. I have so many questions. I want to know what happened. And then he'll turn and look at Dax and Waltz. But perhaps there are more important things to discuss first.
Yeah, we don't have a ton of time, I'm afraid.
Jules will turn back to Ryu, though, and put his hands on his shoulders. Jules will put his hands on Ryu's shoulders, not Jules on his own shoulders. I didn't want the listeners to get confused. Grab him by the shoulders.
Okay.
And he'll say, it is so good to see you. And then he'll gesture to the seat, I guess. Perhaps you should sit down for this. And Jules will find a seat at the table.
Perhaps you misunderstood me, Jules. I am chief now, and I do as I wish. So I will sit because I wanted to, but not because you asked me to.
Right, yeah.
Classic Ryu. I've missed that.
Have you?
Absolutely desert dry candor.
Tell me, what brings you all to Desolace? Was it for the cactus needles?
Well, oddly enough for you, I think it was you. We just didn't realize it at the time. Ryu, do you know what an elder mark is? Have you heard that term?
Ryu is getting flashbacks to when Kofi knew a lot more about things that were going on than him.
Getting
He gets
angry.
frustrated.
Dax
No.
will kind of firmly put his hand on Ryu's shoulder. Well, buddy, you've got one. And so do the three of us.
I am confused.
Ryu, what do you know of the Keepers?
I don't know. As Ryu is getting more frustrated.
Like it's like a simple question. Hey, do you know what an elder mark is?
No.
The Keepers are the protectors of Keldora.
And if it makes you feel any better, Ryu, we didn't know what they were either until pretty recently.
You've missed a lot since we parted ways. But in that time, we ourselves have become Keepers. It's a lot to go through. And Ryu, we have reason to believe that you too could become one with your elder mark.
The Keepers are protectors of Keldora.
Aye.
I have never heard of them. Who deems this so?
Yeah, it's actually a new friend we made named Balthazar.
And what gives this Balthazar the power to name somebody a protector of the universe?
Well, traditionally it's the keeper, and they kind of pick who they want to pass their power on to.
Ah, I understand now. And Ryu stands up from his chair. This is a jest. Waltz, your classic form of trickery will not work on me.
Huh.
Do you act against the chief of the Arakai?
Whoa.
Oh.
What?
Ryu,
Yeah.
no, calm down.
No.
Calm down.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
no, yeah.
So you are not trying to deceive me.
No, yeah, no.
Then I must admit, this all sounds very far-fetched.
Well, does it sound more far-fetched from you being dead and being alive again?
You make a valid point, Waltz. In fact, this is not the first time I have heard the term keeper. A warrior named Kofi brought up a keeper named Kaitos the other day.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one who chose you, Ryu.
Yep.
Kofi told me that this Kaitos would look over me.
Well,
Something
seems
like that.
he's doing a pretty good job. But we do know he's dead, though.
Waltz, come on.
Well, I mean, we only got so much time to get him up to speed, Dax. And while I'm already the bearer of bad news, you remember Dunadast from Karos?
Oh, geez, here we go.
Jules looks at Dax like, what are we doing?
I do.
Well, he is unfortunately no longer with us either. Oh, and you remember Keldora?
If you don't mind, perhaps we should do that segment later on.
Okay.
We have to focus on what's in front of us. Ryu, all the keepers before us have passed on, except for one. And unfortunately, that keeper has turned evil. At the moment, there are only 3 of us, and we are in dire need of help. You see, there's a great danger coming, and we're going to need as many of us as we can find.
Do you refer to the Fangdom?
No, I refer to the Arvirium. I promise you it is a far greater danger than the Fangdom. Keldora, as we know it, will cease to exist. This goes beyond Desolus, beyond Fangdom and Erakai. It is for the fate of all of Keldora.
Seeing your moves back there, Ryu, you're certainly powerful enough. You seem a man of honor. What greater honor would there be than protecting Keldora?
Keldora is home to many threats. As an Erakai warrior, now chief of the Erakai,
Yeah, you mentioned that.
and the prophesies unbound, my duty is to the Erakai first, and I have sworn to defeat the Fangdom. So I am sorry, but my abilities are required here on Desolus. Now, if you would like to enjoy some cactus needles before you go, I can see you off in the morning.
Ryu, you're not understanding. Nothing will be here if we don't stop this force coming. It won't matter who wins your battle. No one will survive. Come with us. Let us show you.
The door opens and sort of creaks. It's a little awkward, sort of cuts through the tension. And you see Jin walk in with a tray, and he sets it down on the table. Our finest cactus needles.
Ryu grabs a handful and shoves them in his mouth.
Good Lord.
You see Jin looks like he wants to take a handful too, but he doesn't know if it's like strictly for the guests. He's kind of side-eyeing you, Ryu.
Ryu will bow his head, allowing
Oh,
him.
good. I'm starving. And he grabs a handful too, and he throws it back. It's like super loud and crunchy.
Please, help yourselves.
It's rude if you don't.
We'll take one and ponder it.
I will also take one.
Dax will take one and start using it like a toothpick.
I'll flip it around away from the sharp end away from me, and I'll just like bite a little piece off and crunch on it.
Can we like do a roll to see if they're actually good?
If they're good cactus needles, what kind of roll is that?
Like maybe people were missing out all along.
Sure.
These are some of the best cactus
I guess.
needles I've ever had.
Let me look up. I know Pathfinder has a rule for this. Ah, here it is. Yeah, roll a D100 if your party ever eats cactus needles. They really do have a rule for everything. You want to roll a D100 there, Ryan?
No, I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
I guess they are terrible.
I'm thinking of a number that's either 3 or 4. Do what you will after this, Zach. But all right, Ryan, guess either a 3 or a 4.
4.
It was 4, Zach.
All right, yeah. They taste like cactus needles and they really hurt.
What?
That was a foolproof system to determine. You said you didn't
I
have a
use it all the
D100,
time.
so that's what Pathfinder says. If none of your players have a D100, then have Taryn pick a 3 or a 4. There's kind of some awkward silence, and you just hear like chewing of cactus needles in this quiet room, and Jin's kind of looking around. What were you guys talking about?
Digsby's crew. This is Jin. Once rival, now second in command.
Former chief of the Erakai.
Oh,
Oh, seems like everybody gets chief.
is that awkward?
No, not
For
everybody.
you two?
You have to win Chirungi.
Maybe I'll be chief next, eh?
I freaking doubt
Yeah,
it.
you can
He
probably do it.
he's like grabs the hilt of his sword and starts to draw his
Whoa,
blade.
whoa.
Waltz, you are very strong, but you cannot be chief.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because you're not an Erakai.
That
Hey,
might
you.
be the nicest thing I've ever heard you say, Ryu.
Ryu's always had a soft spot for me, eh, Ryu?
It is true, you have all become very formidable in helping me to defeat that mountain. You have shown great skill in battle. I believe you do not need me to defeat this Alvirium threat. My responsibility is to fell the Fangdom.
Jin's nodding.
I admire your dedication to your people, Ryu, but I hope you trust me when I tell you that this is bigger than everything. Please, just at least come with us. Let us show you. Let us open the veil to answers for questions that you don't even know you have. And if after all of that, you decide that your duty is here, then we will bring you back, and we will let you be.
Jin raises an eyebrow to you, Ryu, like kind of wondering what you guys are talking about. He's not going to like ask questions or interrupt it, but you can tell he's very confused.
Ryu will see Jin looking to him and turn to Jin. Digsby's crew, composed of Jules, Dax, and Waltz,
Dax waves.
are telling me of a threat beyond Decimus called the Alvirium. They think threatens all of Keldora.
We don't think, Jin, we know.
The Alvirium. They threaten the entire system?
This is correct.
Funny how such a force could exist, but the Erikai would not know about it. That doesn't make sense, right?
He looks to Ryu, like we would know if there's something that powerful.
My thoughts precisely, Jin.
Now the Fangdom, that is a threat. They engulf this entire planet.
Jules puts his hand on the table and looks at Dax and Waltz, just a bit defeated and frustrated. He'll sit down and put his face in his hands.
We'll do slag beetles and fire ants squabbling over some food. Understand that the pyroclastic flow is coming. No.
The what?
Ryu will look
Pyroclastic
frustrated
flow.
again. I don't know.
Ryu, listen.
Never mind.
You yourself found things that you did not know to be true until you left Decimus. Sindor, Digsby, us.
Yeah, me.
I
Just
mean,
asking for you to trust us.
Chief, if I may, all we know about this force is their name. What makes them so dangerous? Have you fought one? What do they look like? What has you so scared?
And as Jin is waiting for you to answer, he grabs another handful of cactus needles and sort of gestures some to Ryu to see if he wants some, but he doesn't even look at Ryu. He's just like holding out his hand while they both stare at you guys.
Ryu will just pick a few from his hand and start to eat.
They both have really bloody teeth right now.
Ryu, do you think you could take the Fangdom by yourself? Or at least with your army?
I do.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I guess maybe think of it this way. You're one keeper. At one point there was 7, and the creator of all 7 of those keepers is a being named Service Initium. And the Alvirium is essentially a being just as powerful as Service Initium, just as powerful as a being that created all 7 keepers. And he essentially created another group of bad guys who purge entire worlds and solar systems. So, it seems to me whether you fight the Fangdom or not, the Fangdom's gonna be dead sooner or later. It just may not be you who kills them, and we just may not be alive to see it.
This Service Initium, they sought you out to have you all become keepers?
Well, kind of, not exactly. Funny story, Service Initium, although probably very strong and powerful, kinda stays out of most of the matters in Keldora. Stays out of pretty much all the matters, honestly, so they are not too much help physically.
Then how did you all come to know that you were keepers?
Well, we didn't know that we were keepers. We came to learn that we were chosen from our keepers.
And we had to make a decision if that's the life we wanted to pursue.
If I am so necessary, then why has no one sought me out past providing me with this elder mark?
Ryu, do you remember how you got to Lothal? The circumstances that led to you getting to the node?
I do. I remember a voice unheard and unknown leading me to the node.
Each one of us has our own experience of how we ended up in Lothal. All different, yet similar, in the sense that we were led to the nodes by something or someone. We came to learn that each one of our experiences, we were led to the node by our keepers, the ones that chose us. I have great reason to believe that the voice that you heard was Kaito's. Unfortunately, Kaito's is dead. All of our keepers are gone, but there is a device called a phylactery, and, if utilized, can hold the spirit of a keeper inside of it. So even after they're gone, if the phylactery is protected, they can still maneuver and communicate in their own way. We have each communicated with our keepers through this method, but Kaitos was killed and his phylactery stolen, destroyed, I do not know which, by the keeper that I mentioned earlier, who is turned evil. His name is Gothram, and I'm sorry to say that there's just no existence of Kaitos anymore, as far as we know anyway. I know this is a lot of information coming at you. It's still new to us as well. This is why we'd like you to come with us, so that you can meet Service Initium yourself. Ask him the questions that we may not have answers to.
And you can meet Kyra. She's kind of cool.
Ryu, please, I'm begging you.
Jules is right. I think we need your help, Ryu.
I see. I know you seek my understanding. But Jules, Dax, Waltz, it is you who must understand. To ask me to leave Desolus. I have left Desolus and my purpose once before. In doing so, I have lost my life and, at the cost of my mother's, earned it back. I understand we were comrades, but you are asking me to abandon my home as chief and the unbound. I seek to free the Arakai from the tyranny of the Fangdom. And if the Alvirium come to Desolus, I will defeat them too.
Ryu, when you said you lost your life and regained it at the cost of your mother's, Jin is, like, his face looked noticeably troubled by that and confused, because he also doesn't really know you were, like, resurrected.
Oh, he doesn't?
And also, Jin takes another bite of a cactus needle, chews it for a little bit, and has his chin lifted up.
And it sounds to me like you guys have never even fought this Alvirium. And I just saw you bring down a mountain. It could be they aren't that formidable after all. So how about, if things get messy, you can come back to the Arakai for help, and we'll see if we've defeated the Fangdom by then.
That's the thing. We don't really know what they look like. Maybe we have fought one. All we know is that there are a couple here already, and there are a lot more coming.
A couple where?
In Keldora.
Yeah, and honestly, even if we do have Ryu, I don't know if we can defeat them. I mean, they're like shadows and can possess people, can possess us. Be hard to know where they are, who they are.
After Walt says that, Ryu will kind of turn his eyes towards Jin.
Yeah, Waltz, you would have noticed as you said that Jin was just going to town on his cactus needle and just stopped chewing. And he's just staring at you. And then he finishes chewing his cactus needle.
What was that? You two just looked at each other.
Yeah, why you guys have shifty eyes all of a sudden?
What do you mean, like a shadow?
I guess that's exactly what I mean.
Ryu will then turn his look from Jin to look at Digsby's crew again. When I returned to Desolus and found the Arakai encampment, Jin was chief, and he wielded an unworldly power that the Arakai thought was the power of the Unbound.
Go on.
Clearly, that power was a falsity, as I hold the power of the Unbound. What Jin described as his power was something darker.
Dax's hand will move towards his dagger. He's not going to pull it out, but he's a little sketched out right now.
Ryu will kind of catch this and say, "You have nothing to fear, as the power has been quelled. But Jin, perhaps you can provide more detail."
Jin is smirking, looking at Dax with his hand on his dagger, almost wishing he would pull it out, just for the sport of it. And then he looks back at Ryu and nods.
What the chief says is true. I was filled with a power that was not mine. In my attempts to claim the title of Unbound for myself, I was approached by an entity. It was black, like a shadow.
And he looks at Waltz.
It was merely an essence.
Yeah, exactly.
Told me if I let it in, it would give me the power to absorb the ley line. So, obviously,
And he looks to Ryu.
I did.
And he looks to the rest of you. Like, that seems like a no-brainer to him. Hey, power I've never seen. Tells me I can become the Unbound and save the Arakai? Absolutely. Kind of like Ryu, who was about to team up with Sindor.
Only once I let it in, did not just grant me power, it consumed my thoughts, my very motives. I felt it steering my body. I was merely a passenger. It filled me with hate for any who opposed me. But the power was outstanding. It wanted to destroy the Fangdom, even more than I do. I think I wanted to destroy everything. When Ryu returned to camp and invoked Chirongi, we did battle, as is customary. And early on into the fight, it was clear that he was the true Unbound. At nearly the same moment that I realized this, it seemed so too did this power, and it left me, and it has not returned. Almost as if Ryu's existence ensured that its desire of destroying the Fangdom would be fulfilled without it. Does this sound like this Alvirium?
Yeah, and there's not just a few of them. There's a massive army of them.
No, there's not. No way. Such power? An army? I don't think so.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't true either.
No, you don't understand. With this power, I could rival the Unbound. Ryu, you saw it for yourself. Sure, the power waned as the fight went on, but surely you would admit, if some of those attacks landed, you could have been destroyed.
He's saying that almost a little hopeful, like, will you at least admit that?
Ryu will have just been kind of silently contemplating, staring down at the warg meat and cactus needles.
If it's true that the power that possessed you, Jin, was the Alvirium, and a singular one at that, its power was indeed great. If it is true, Digsby's crew, that an army of Alvirium is coming to Keldora, then its threat is vast.
And then Ryu will just kind of silently think to himself about what Jin said regarding the Alvirium's desire to have the Fangdom destroyed, and that Ryu's presence alone could mean the destruction of the Fangdom. And this sort of like dichotomy of two enemies that he would like to have both be gone, but this potentially greater threat would like it if the Fangdom was eliminated. And Ryu will just pound his fists on the table and walk out of the room.
Dax looks to Jules and then to Waltz. Well, that went well.
You've upset the chief.
I did. Yeah, I think you did.
It was all three of you.
You're the one who got possessed.
That was a while ago. I already told him about it.
Mom already knows.
Jules will stand up, and as he's walking out, he'll kind of side-eye Jin and say, I've had it up to here with the stubbornness of Erikai. And I'll walk out trying to find which way Ryu went.
Well, if one of those things was almost able to take out Ryu, then I know for certain we're going to need all four of us. Let's go.
I think we're going to need more than all four of us.
Jin, maybe as Jules was leaving the room, and it's just Jin and Waltz and Dax. Jin looks down at the plate of cactus needles and then up at Dax and Waltz and says,
You know, perhaps that conversation would have gone better if you were not so rude as to only have one cactus needle.
and he grabs another handful and starts chewing it as he stares at you, very disappointed.
Waltz will grab some warg meat.
I just picture it like extremely chewy.
It's very stringy. It's like you're not even sure if it's cooked. It's just like raw warg meat. And he goes,
Typically you have that after your cactus needles?
I've got heartburn. I'll be all right. I'll eat later.
The warg meat is a little bit better than the cactus needles, but the cactus needles are pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I plucked them myself.
Yeah, no, they're great. Thank you.
And you guys just awkwardly stare at each other as you're chewing this terrible food. And Jules, you're making your way down the hall. Ryu, do you feel like he would find you? Or are you like nearby?
I think Ryu will have gone outside to stare out at the dunes of Desolus.
Maybe up on the wall or something around the fort?
Sure.
Jules will around the corner and catch Ryu and take a deep breath to calm himself and walk over and just stand beside him. As I said before, I admire your dedication to your people. Look, Dax, Walt, and I, we've made an oath. We're in this, with or without you. We will face this and face whatever fate lies for us. You kept calling us Digsby's crew in there, but you seem to forget that you are part of Digsby's crew.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if we can defeat the Arvirium, but I'd gladly give my life in the attempt to stop them. The same way that you gave your life for me. It's been so long, Ryu, and now that we've found that you're back, it's going to be hard to do this without you. All I'm asking is that you let us show you. I hope you can make the crew whole again. And then I will turn and walk away.
Ryu will breathe out a heavy sigh. Jules,
I'll stop.
since I was a child, I had always sought to defeat the Fangdom, to become an Arakai warrior, the greatest the Arakai has ever seen, and finally defeat the threat that had ravaged us for so long. That is the hero I wanted to become. Instead, I failed my awakening. I did not receive a Kenoshi, and I perished off-world. My dreams ended there. I have been given a second chance. I have become the Unbound and can finally achieve what I perceived as my destiny. But it would seem that no matter how much I grow in strength, there is always a greater threat, something to dwarf my resolve. You speak of me as a strong warrior, and perhaps even one that saved your life. But Jules, I am no hero. I am nothing but a failure. What you are asking of me, I don't even know if I can achieve, but defeating the Fangdom, it's something I may. And then I'll turn towards Jules. How do I know if I help you to fight the Alvirium that I won't fail again?
You know, Ryu, heroes aren't born having won the battle. Heroes are made because they entered the fight. We may fail, but if we do, we'll fail together. But we have to try. Otherwise, who else will? That is what makes a hero.
Ryu will look down at his burnt and scarred hands and his chest and clench his fists, and then look back up to Jules. I hope the Arakai won't be disappointed that Jin must be chief again.
And that is where we'll end our back, baby. Session. Wow.
Guys, I want to talk about it. That
Man.
was a lot.
Convincing such a stubborn character in one episode.
Oh, man.
I gotta hand it to you guys. I really do.
Can we talk
but also,
about how...
No, because I wasn't actually done with my sentence. Because
Shut up, Zach.
you also
Yeah.
gotta shut up.
Well, Taryn kind of
But
broke the
hold
ice
on.
there.
Yeah.
That wasn't as...
Hold on now.
Yeah.
I'm only
you
shutting
need
up
to
because
shut up
Taryn
and
told me
tell
to.
the downtime. Because in the
Jules.
downtime, okay, can you guys shut up? Like I was serious about that. Okay.
No, you.
Oh, God, I'm
Oh,
in
yeah.
reverse.
Are you holding up a new reverse card? No! I just like
What
disappear
was?
into a
What was?
void.
To the
Never
shadow
be
realm
seen
with
from
you.
again.
He's gone, guys.
The
Zach
ancient
went away.
Magic of the universe. Yeah, shut up though, because we'll talk about it in the downtime. That's what that's for.
I got
It's
chills.
for patrons actually.
Ooh.
They paid good money for that. Okay, they go to work. They work hard. Then they send their money into the internet. It goes through the tubes. It goes through a couple other tubes, and then it goes straight into Ryan's pocket. All of it, and
he buys hot
they do that
dogs.
so they can hear the downtime.
To put in his
Um,
other pocket.
So don't talk about it now, because that'd be disrespectful. So
See, it
really, you
all
guys are just being
connects.
disrespectful, and I'm the only one keeping you in check. Anyways, I'm gonna read some comments, the comment thing, and then we make the joke about how I found it on the internet,
Right.
and someone goes like,
Yep.
"Oh, what part of the internet?"
Right.
And I say like, "Oh,
Yeah, we've all heard it. Yep.
I'm just
Classic.
it's a comment, okay, and it's about the show, and I found it on our Discord actually because we released season 3 episode 1 for patrons a week early. And so we got to hear some reactions to that because that was today. That was today when that,
That was
happened.
today.
You guys remember
That happened
today?
today.
Yeah. So if you want to get early access to next season 3's episode 1, become a patron.
Yeah. Next season 3 episode 1 will be way better actually because I will do the Borat voice this time for service initiate.
In
let's
100
just-
years,
yeah,
it'll just repeat.
I'm gonna. Did you
Sorry,
say
I'll cut
100
that.
years?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, leave it in, Joel. Leave it in. People need to know that you said that. The people deserve it. Here's one thing I thought was really funny, actually. In the downtime, this is like a downtime thing, but in the downtime of season 3, episode 1, Ryan, you say, Hey, if any of the listeners figured out that Zig killed Ryu's mom, like, let me know, because I definitely didn't know that. And like, you were all shocked. It was like you rediscovered that in season 3, episode 1, even though I told you that in season 2, episode 34.
Yeah, that was funny.
So I just thought it was really funny.
I got called out
and
for
Geeky
it.
Monkey said, listening to the downtime, Ryan, you are a really bad listener. You acted all surprised regarding the revelation that Ryu's mom is dead for the second time. You literally discussed this during the downtime. I just thought that was really funny. And then I said, Adam said, to be fair, we all suck at remembering things. Joel's probably the best. Ryan and I are the worst. Terrence is just happy to be there. That's really funny. I just thought that was funny. Someone appreciated a Hot Girls and High Tops reference in 2025. I'm all for it, boys. This season's going to be fire because Terrence said it was Jay Sleazy in the intro. Jay Sleazy. Somewhat, dude. He said we're eating good today. Young Toto, he listened to the first 30 minutes on the way to work, and I'm quite liking what I'm hearing so far. Excited to finish it on the drive home.
Good.
I hope you finished it in the 6 months after that. This comment that I'm reading in the future.
He's still at work.
Tim said, hey crew, how much funnier was Zach's voice as Service Initium without the vocal effects? So go ahead guys.
Zach's
Answer,
voice
Tim.
is funny, period.
Oh, yes. He is the funniest man of all the mans.
He's so funny. Oh my gosh.
But looks aren't everything.
But
You're one to talk, Ryan.
I explained to
yeah.
Tim, those aren't effects. I just naturally have the ability to sound exactly like that, which is 5 or 6 people talking, like one with a deep voice and another echo. So that Service Initium voice is a voice I can already do. It wasn't Joel like working really hard and like doing a cool edit. It was just me. So
Right. It's kind of like how the guy does a SpongeBob voice where he like kind of messes with his throat while he laughs as SpongeBob.
Oh, Tim also
Does
pointed
that,
out
does
that
it?
apparently the elder thing I did with like you can't tell a lie, and if you say something that hasn't happened, it's like a binding oath and like magic. Apparently that's just like straight up exists in Aragon, like the books.
Right.
Did not know that. But like he even like sent a passage from the book that's like where they're doing that. That sucks, dude. I thought I invented like a really simple fantasy trope, but apparently it exists.
Think again.
So I'm just gonna.
What
I'm
else
just
have
gonna
you been
quit.
stealing, Zach? Is any
Probably
of this
everything, actually.
real?
You know, and the way you can tell I didn't know about it is because I always say what I stole from, and I just didn't know. All I know about Aragon is the cover of the book has a blue dragon on it, and they made a really bad movie about it.
I do.
Oh,
know
and
that
it was
too.
written by.
It's better
I
than
know
the
it was
book.
written by a middle schooler, actually. Like the first book
Oh.
was written by like a kid, which I think is awesome.
This book is made by kids for kids.
That's one of the few where the movie was way better than the book.
Exactly.
You don't read.
Trying to think of it. Well, actually, the
Very
Witcher
true.
series on Netflix is way better than the book. But
I like all the F Jin comments in here.
oh yeah, people got so mad at Jin showing up. I love
Yeah.
that.
I wonder what they'll think like when he kind of becomes a good guy.
Well,
Yeah, he looks really cute when he has like a cute little smile, and he's always eating cactus. By the way, I love that. That's a downtime thing. Shut up. All right. There's a lot of actually like really nice comments in here too, saying like, "Hey, amazing episode, love it. It looks so great." So thank you for all that. I don't know why I picked the ones that are kind of like making fun of us, but I just thought those were funny. So we'll see you next time, mortals. Get out of here. Go away. Turn it off.
bye.
Get back to work or whatever you're doing. Stop doing the dishes. Bye.
And is Ryu standing or is he sitting?
Standing.
Okay.
Actually, I'm laying prone. I'm face down in the sand.
Okay. You're planking.
Yeah, I'm planking. I'm bringing it back.
He's like talking into the ground. Like you guys can barely hear what he's saying.
Oh, the cactus needles for you.
Jules is so convinced.
Kofi told me that this Kaitos would look over me.
Well, it
Something
seems
like that.
he's doing a pretty good job.
You do know he's dead though.
But we do know he's dead, though.
Oh, God.
And Ryu breaks down crying.
No, Kaitos. Not Kaitos.
Not Kaitos.
no.
Kaitos, no. God, I just learned
Just a
about
pile on the
10
floor.
seconds ago.